time it gets dark. Let's do alternative sites. Now, my thing is let's figure out why kids are doing this and let's work with them together. But until we figure that, it's a security issue. Let's figure out how we work with kids, and let's do. And for my charter school, and I'm a believer in school choice. There is this class issue that even kids that are going to these schools get harassed significantly because they have the uniform on or they're being identified as going to these schools. We got to do something about this. And I think after school, and I'll be on my bandwagon again, after school can be a tremendous way to bring kids together who go to charter, who go to private, who go to public, bring them together. And this is something, we're developing these wars in schools based on where you live at and what school you go to. And so we got to figure this thing out in a major way. We got major issues in D.C. that nobody wants to talk about as far as what's happening with school consolidation and all that, but let's really deal with it. I don't know if that happened and say, I know we can just walk any street in St. Louis and wear colors or whatever. I don't know, maybe you guys live in a safe place. But I know in D.C., if you're between 14 and 27, you got major. Me as an old man, I can walk and they say, he ain't gonna hurt nobody. But if you're 14 to 27 and you're an African American male and you walk and you got the wrong color on, you got a major problem in our city. And I'm sure you got a major problem here too. Let's deal with that as a collective community.
Okay. What do you see as the role of non-provider agencies? By this I mean agencies that serve youth but don't charge their parents, don't require attendance, like arts organizations, organizations who provide a service, but they don't run programs, like arts organizations, recreational programs, programs, libraries.
Sorry.
Yeah, people who...
we see the kids, but we don't see, I don't claim responsibility for them if they're not happy with whatever activity we got going. They walk out the door and we say, bye, try again tomorrow. So it's a different kind of program, but we want to be able to do things.
Well, I see that those kind of organizations, I don't guess I even see them as not being providers. I just see them as not necessarily being the primary operator of a program. But a collaborator, absolutely, that's where I see those kind of things, where setting up some things in an intentional kind of way with the programs that are operating, and having that access is important too, because we know that we don't have enough programs right now. So being able to go to the library, being able to have some kind of activity is a really big asset. So I don't see you as non-providers. I see it as just a different type of service that you're offering.
Well, let me say about library.
I think for us, what we found, this being the After School Fall Partnership in its early stages, Arch to some degree prior to that, is that we've been very successful in identifying what I like to describe as subcontractors to the primary contractor who provides the after-school programming. And whatever that specific category of services that students have identified they'd like to see, or teachers or parents, then you bring those organizations in. Now, obviously, the library is a different subject, but we've got COCA providing dance classes. You've got architectural programs that are providing introductory into mechanical drawing, etc., and some after-school programs. You've got dance, you've got jazz, you've got soccer, you've got a variety of different programs. Also included in there is obviously the tutorial component, but you've got those subcontractors working with the providers to provide different programs. And I think, we continue to build and grow that and find out what works and find out what does not work. And down the road, who knows, we may be able to provide computer services, portable computer services, that access things like the library for those tutorial programs, those kinds of activities. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that in the street code vernacular, libraries are safe places. Understand that they're not gangs. Gangs don't cross that or do anything in libraries. So right there, it's a safe haven and if you look at the Brooklyn library system, they have areas for young people to hang out with computers and video, and so that might be something that you want to look at.